officially a meeting in the ladies' room.
Yeah, like that.
Yes. Ladies, are we making dinner or are you making reservations? We're busy. It's not like it used to be when our parents and grandparents, were, in relations and raising children. Career, we're trying to balance, being a mother as well as, being a wife or a partner.
You nailed it. You really did. Because, and I mean,
that's the truth.
Like, what we gonna eat? You be like, something quick. It's always to have to cook, and then you be like, cooking what? Hot dogs.
Ladies.
Happy Sunday. I love this music.
I know, right?
We groove into it. How y'all doing?
It's like I have to move. Make me get you move. How was you guys' day?
I'm gonna answer that one last. Y'all go ahead. Long and enduring, and not over yet. The day has just began, even though it began so early.
Oh. Mine was pretty good. It didn't go as expected, but that was a good thing though. So yeah.
I understand that. Mine was all right. Always the challenges of children under the age of 9 times 2.
Under the age of what?
They're 8. The twins are 8.
Okay. You have twins.
Yeah, it's still considered early childhood, even though at this point all of us know they should know better.
Right. Well, I just have one, and he reminds me every day that he's a preteen, and I'm like, yeah, don't remind me. So, so it's cool over here.
Yeah. I get that. It was very different with my now adult children. They kind of knew better, but I also had a way different way of parenting. Like, I was the Zorro parent. I whip out my belt in the shape of a Z, and everyone's kids knew what was up at that point. Right? That kind of reminds me of our topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
About men and being emotionally unavailable. So here's the tea.
Let me take a deep breath.
Right?
Okay.
This is my first son. This is my very first son.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted a son. I thought I was equipped to raise a boy, a young man. Now that I'm older, I realize that it's a blessing. I didn't have a son before because of my own lack of emotional maturity. I probably would have ruined him for someone's daughter out there. And I can say that, with my chest out because I know better now, right? Yeah. But I'm still wondering, what are some of the things that actually make men emotionally unavailable? Like what leads to that? What does that even look like? What is emotional unavailability in a man? And while y'all think about that, I'm gonna see what the Googles have to say.
Okay.
Let me see. Sir Google. What?
Of course, it looked like so many things.
Right. Well, yeah, and I'm trying to relate it to even how does it look for women? Would it be the same as it looks for a man? Because emotionally, when I think emotionally, not the emotion itself,
right,
but the mere fact of not ready for that type of connection. And usually, like even myself, because I relate that kind of to me in the sense because being at an age now and you know what it takes to have a relationship, you know that you're going to have to be involved if you're to be honest, right? If you're to be honest.
Right.
And the question to yourself is, whatever you're doing in your present life, whether it's your own spiritual, development, or whether it's finances, or whether it's job, whatever the case, do you have the time and the energy? Do you have that the person needs
Right.
in order for you to engage into a relationship to be able to, grow and evolve. And that's how I view it, because they need it. They're searching for that. But the truth is, are you, because of where you are. So just
Hmm.
not jumping into relationships as a sake of, okay, I got to be in a relationship.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
like what is, are you complete enough to be in a relationship at this particular time?
Right.
So look, I'm gonna just jump in right here, and the reason why is because Disa, you always have this neatly packaged
Yeah.
answer. Always, always. Okay, so the Googles say it means that the person has a difficult time relating to and understanding your emotions as well as their own. They may not fully comprehend or know how to engage with and reciprocate love in a way that feels fulfilling physically, emotionally, mentally, and sexually. Okay. And then there's a 10 point thing. So it's talking about running from real conversations,
Yeah.
a very loud relationship history, a baggage, intermittent responsiveness. Like, I don't have time to hear about your day. Or the energy is real non committal energy, like, I'll let you know.
Right.
Right. Or you may feel insecure or misunderstood. Uh, but it's not just about that. It's also about how the person is reciprocating in a way that makes you feel secure or understood. So they may not have the ability to engage in that way. And that's just 5 of them. So I'm going to stop here and let somebody else jump in, but I'm going to give the other 5 in just a minute.
Okay. From my experience, I would say that dealing with a man that I knew, or I came to find out that he was emotionally unavailable when, everything was good at first. We had great conversation and everything. And then I think like when they get to the point where they might start liking you, or they may feel like, oh, okay, I think this can be something or it can go somewhere, then they will slowly withdraw themselves. Like the conversation could go, at first, it could be a little deep of a conversation, but then you will probably get notice that they start to slack up talking to you and having conversations with you. Or even if they do, it would be like very surface. Like they don't
Yeah,
go deep at all
yeah. It
to
hits you
try
with
to
that
prevent
more.
from, going deeper. That's what I've experienced.
Do they have the knowledge to go deep with you? Because
I,
I wonder, because sometimes if they can't engage, it
mhm.
depends on where they are, if they have the ability. And that goes for women too. I don't mean
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's where they are, if they even have the ability to sustain that conversation. Based
Mhm.
Oh, so you're
off of
saying
where
they
you
were faking it? They were faking it in the beginning, and then they realized like this.
No, I,
I
I
can't go
don't
through
think
it.
I don't think he was faking it. I think he does have the smarts and the mentality to have the conversation. But I think when it comes to being emotionally involved, it's only so far he will go. It's like I'm not looking for commitment, or I'm not looking, for anything serious. I could just we can date here and there, but I'm not gonna be stuck in a place where it's like we're gonna be committed to each other. So,
are.
no,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Mm,
Right.
that's interesting.
Right.
When that happens, I think it's always ideal when a person makes that clear up front so
Hmm.
that I personally can decide how cool I want to get with this person. Don't necessarily want to waste too much time in that space.
Right.
Eric said an emotionally unavailable man has difficulty empathizing with another person's feelings, not wanting to commit to her for whatever reason, etc. So he's kind of speaking to that as well.
Exactly.
And SavageCom.entertainment says, by the way, y'all go check out SavageCom.entertainment when you get a chance. Says women take advantage of men's feelings when they are uh, feeling some sort of way. So men hold back to protect themselves. That's interesting. I think that happens in some situations. I think in other
Hmm.
situations, though, again, it may be about that emotional availability of both the people involved. And
Mm.
Eric said, I think men do have the knowledge to go deep. Sometimes when you know a person, it may be the fear of confrontation. That's an
Yeah,
interesting
I totally
thing.
agree with that. I totally agree.
Disa, say more about what you think about that, Disa.
Hmm. Um, I definitely agree with that. I don't. being emotionally unavailable to me is not necessarily a problem. The problem to me would be not being honest about your feelings or where you are
Right.
as you are engaging with another individual, having knowledge of them wanting to pursue something.
Right.
So, like you said, like even if you want to pursue something, that's fine, but
Right.
not being honest about where you are. So that's like back to communication, and that's back to knowing what you as that individual wants,
Yeah.
and being able to just say, hey, it's really better to just be honest up front. Like, I'm not, we go do all this stuff, but I'm just not in that space at this particular time to be with
Yeah.
them.
And that's fair to say. I want to go back to these 10. Number 6 says defensiveness is their second name, right? So, kind of like being real defensive when you call it out. Lacking excitement, romance, and growing love. Basically, it's stagnant and stuck in the same place. Judgment around sharing emotions instead of vulnerability being seen as beautiful. That's interesting. It is beautiful to be vulnerable. I think that maybe there should be a line of how
Mhm.
vulnerable you can be at what period in your relationship. It might seem like emotional dumping
Yeah.
sometimes. The last two, out of touch with reality, and basically when you're in a situation like that, you don't want to stay involved if they're not capable of kind of like tuning in with you, right? And the final one is confusion, that feeling of what is going on here. I know something's going on, but what, right?
Right. Yeah. I was gonna piggyback off of what Disa said. I think that's true. Because it really depends on where you are and what you're trying to build, and with the other person, or if you're your friends or whatever it is, whatever stage you are. As long as you're
Mhm.
communicating what you need, what you're looking for, and what you're not looking for, then it's not necessarily a bad thing, because you just may not be ready to commit or be in a relationship. But
Yeah,
hey, I'm still committed to taking it slow or getting to know you. So yeah, I think
Right,
it's a
right.
balance to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
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 I agree with that. I mean, you can do too much too soon, I think.
Yeah, you can. You really
most
can.
Especially if you
definitely.
like haven't
Way,
taken time to nurture
Way,
way too
too much,
much too
way,
soon.
way too soon, right?
Joy
way.
of your life.
I mean, because that's scary to me. Like, if a guy is doing too much too soon, I'm just gonna retreat. Yeah, I'm gonna retreat, because I'm gonna automatically assume that you're not genuine, or
Right.
what is it that you want. So I'm just gonna retreat. So
Yeah,
Like I'm still trying to decide if I like you, right?
yeah.
Like don't
right.
do this,
Yeah,
because you might not even know if you really like me. Hey,
You
K Boogie,
don't.
how you
hey,
doing?
yeah,
Right.
right.
Because
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm always I've gotten thrown off lately about how guys would come in your inbox and like, this is our first ever conversation or exchange, and you're saying, I want to get to know you. Well, how do you know that? You don't know. You All you see is my pictures, and okay, you might be physically attracted to me, but you still just study me a little bit, because just watch.
Yeah.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't, but I don't think you know that right
For
You
me,
know.
it's more like the 30 I want to get to know you messages that went out prior to the one that hit my inbox. I'm just like, I don't even look at those. Somebody said I need to start responding, and I'm like, okay, why? Why are you
now.
doing
Right. Right. Right.
that?
Right.
I've always been like, it is okay for you to want to get to know me. It's all right, because once back to, I just feel like it doesn't. It's because it's all about, do I want to?
Right.
So it's okay that you feel that way. It's okay that you rock that way. It's
Mhm.
totally good, because you're in control of your own self.
Right.
Maybe or maybe not, but I'm sole controller of this self. So
Absolutely.
it doesn't even matter what you want, but it's good.
Mhm.
It's okay that you want that.
Right.
I don't have a problem with it, because
Mhm.
you
I
have the right.
agree.
You have the right, right?
He
You
does.
have
He
the
does
right.
have that right. I just
They
was like,
want you to go along with it, though. They're like,
yeah,
no, I don't. Well, I don't know if I want to get to know you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
it's
Some
okay.
dude in Brazil with all the good morning love, mi amor, my man. Where's your wife at? Probably at work. Uh, please miss me. I don't need it. I don't like it. I don't even like that extra attention anyway, though. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't for me.
I'm just at this point where I just don't want to tolerate a little of anything. Like, there's either you come correct or we don't have a conversation. That's just where I am. So
Yeah. What is correct for you? What does that look like?
just being a gentleman, just being kind, being, not overly aggressive, not sexual, not, just a simple hello, how are you? How is your day? Just simple stuff.
Is that the bull crap that they start out with?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it is though. It is. That's the
is
crazy
so
part.
good.
Like,
That is so good. And
That's
I was
what I'm
thinking
saying.
about like
Good morning, beautiful. Like
they're
20
like
good morning.
gentlemen.
You remember
Oh,
that meme that used to go around
let's
talking
not
about
forget the
sexual
grand
harassment?
rising queen.
Child, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Eric
Okay.
said, I
Yeah.
agree, Disa. Somebody has to take an approach. And that's true. You do got to shoot your shot, right? But how are you going to shoot your shot?
Right.
And so, remember when we were in the club and you asked the person to dance? Oh, those were the days. And someone had to initiate is how you respond. Now, I like to dance personally, so there may have been times, just go ahead and be honest, I may have had to initiate the dance, but I was also done after that one dance. Thank you, sir. Good evening. And we're not speaking no more this evening. That's time TV talking about crap. And I might not even have been backing it up. Just like, I like to dance.
Hey.
K Boogie said simple is boring. He's okay as long as it's cordial and not aggressive. Cordial, is that what you meant? I don't know, but
no, see, that's the misconcept. That's every woman is not the same. And this is the reason why I say kind of study her and kind of see what her personality is and stuff, because everything doesn't work for everybody. One woman simple might be great for me and aggressive may be great for someone else. So that's a misconception,
For me, you need to be direct. You need to be direct and you need to be honest, because there's something about me. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what to call it, but there's something about me that's just going to know automatically that you're in the bathroom on the toilet and your woman is asleep while you're sending me messages. I'm just going to know. Right. And like immediately I'm like, I'm good. I'm straight. Like you might be so nice and have the best conversation, but I don't have that kind of time these days. Like I have a lot of stuff on my schedule. So let's just not. Like, why do we need to do that?
Right. Yeah. Right.
No. Especially if you're not single, we have nothing to talk about. So.
Totally.
Oh, K Boogie was answering for her. You think simple is boring, K Boogie?
No.
Yeah. It could, depending on how simple. Depends on how simple, because simple can be.
Simple can be, hey, not like that, but just hello, how are you? That's simple, and that's straight to the point. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said women don't know what they want. Some women do.
Some women do.
Yes,
I do. Know what they want because we've had so much of what we don't want.
Right. So we know what we want. But men have to be willing to listen to us to hear what we want, and not assume that all women want one thing or a certain thing.
Yeah, I mean, some women genuinely do just want that bag. Let's just be honest. And an emotionally unavailable man, a woman who just wants that bag, is that a good match? Because it's not like he's offering much. So if he's just offering like finances, is he a good match for that kind of woman?
Probably, yeah, because he's not looking for any type of emotional ties. So she's getting something, he's getting something, and it's both surface.
I think initially, if that's what she's looking for, it's like on the external, it's seemingly like that would be a great, like she thinks because this is what I'm looking for. But the truth of the matter, the other layers are going to manifest.
Eventually.
Back down, to me, that goes back down to once more the person knowing themselves. Now, this might sound so corny and out of the loop and stuff, but that's a real thing. Not everybody is aware of their emotions, their thoughts, their movements. They're not cognate. They're not thinking about the way they move, the way they think. They're not thinking about those things. So this
Right.
is like a constant thing. Every emotion that you have, you're getting a. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like literally, you could be sitting there at work or chilling, and every emotion, when you're aware of yourself,
Hmm.
you connect to every emotion that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And why do I feel this way? What's
Right,
going on
right.
right here? And you are
Right.
constantly self all day long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There are a lot of people who don't operate on that realm.
Right.
So it goes back down to she seemingly thinks this is good for her, but
Mhm.
because she doesn't know her.
Right.
She doesn't know her.
Right.
So all these
Right.
other layers start coming out that she,
Right.
oh, this is what happened, or he said, oh, this is what happened. No,
Mhm.
you really just don't even know you. You don't even when you don't know you, you don't even know what you're choosing. You don't
Right.
even know because you don't even know you. So
Right.
therefore, like all the other stuff is somatics.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's why you tend to go when you don't know you. It's easy to get go for the tangible things because it's surface. It's something you can touch, you can grab, and it doesn't take work really. You just get it because you can see it.
Yeah.
like how Silky said, Silky Savage said, I could be 6'4", sexy, and it doesn't matter what I say. For some people, that's absolutely true. You are a large snack, meal, whatever these women out here looking for, and yeah, there won't be any deeper than the
Mhm.
surface evaluation about what
Right.
this can turn out like, and then they'll be really upset when it doesn't work out, right?
Right.
Eric says, can we agree you'll never know the reaction of a person until you make an advancement? Yeah, to a degree, unless you're really just paying attention to that person.
Yeah.
Like sometimes if you watch and pay close enough attention, you'll know you shouldn't even address this person
Right.
to try to
Exactly.
show them further. But if you're not in tune to that, or if the person is not really showing that, then you're right. You won't know unless you say something. Kay Boogie said she does like simple, but to each his or her own. And she says, I like how did you rest or sleep, not did you dream about me. No, you're right. I agree with that. That did you dream about me kind of feels like high school a little
Right.
Does he care?
bit. Dream about that. I didn't even have a dream last night.
Yeah.
Does he
Yeah.
care? You know, that was
It's
you know, I am really looking to I'm looking into the trinklets nowadays. They're called trinklets. Trinklets mean
Yeah.
something that's seemingly like a gift or good things, but really they're really nothing ultimately. They're trinklets.
Yeah.
It's what thinking you got something, but you really didn't. So
Yeah.
it's like when they ask you, how your night. This sounds good. It's so sweet.
Mhm. Yeah.
Do you care?
You're right.
No, he doesn't care.
And right. And that's why you gotta really take your time and see, what are you gonna do next? How consistent are you gonna be? So
Yeah.
then
Right.
only time will tell. Time will tell.
Right.
Y'all, this is such a good conversation. I hope that we can finish it off screen or at least like touch on it next time we all meet. But it's just about time for that man cave conversation. So I just want to encourage everybody to hit that like button and subscribe to the Velvet Room, the Ladies Room. And I hope to see y'all again next Sunday.
Drop it, Queen.